Have you ever wondered why popcorn at the movies costs so much more than anywhere else? It's a question that crosses many minds as they stand in line looking at the price board. Today we're diving deep into the mystery behind movie popcorn pricing. We'll explore the economics, the business strategies, and the psychology that make the snack a luxury item at cinemas. Let's start by setting the stage. Movie theaters are not just about films, but about the entire experience, including the snack. So what makes popcorn so special, and why does it command such a high price? Popcorn has been a staple of moviegoing for decades. Its aroma fills the lobby, and its crunch accompanies the action on screen. But this tradition comes with a price tag that's often surprising. The connection between movies and popcorn is so strong that many people can't imagine watching a film without it. This scene explores how popcorn became synonymous with cinema, and why its presence is almost mandatory for a complete movie experience. The tradition, however, is only part of the story behind its cost. Let's look at what goes into the price of movie popcorn. The raw ingredients, corn kernels, oil, salt, and butter, are inexpensive. In fact, the actual cost of making a bucket of popcorn is just a fraction of what you pay at the counter. So why the markup? The answer lies in the business model of movie theaters. Most of their revenue doesn't come from ticket sales but from concessions like popcorn. This scene breaks down the basic costs and highlights how theaters rely on snacks to stay profitable. Movie theaters face tough competition and high operating costs. Surprisingly, ticket sales often barely cover the cost of running the cinema. Studios take a large share of ticket revenue, leaving theaters with slim margins. That's where popcorn comes in. Concessions, especially popcorn, are a major profit center. This scene explains how the economics of ticket sales push theaters to depend on snack sales, and why popcorn is the star of the show. Popcorn at the movies is marked up by several hundred% compared to its actual cost. This isn't just about covering expenses, it's about maximizing profits. Theaters know that people are willing to pay more for snacks during a movie. The psychology of being at the cinema, the excitement, and the tradition all play a role. This scene explores how theaters set prices and why the markup is so high. Concessions are the lifeblood of movie theaters. Without snack sales, many cinemas would struggle to survive. Popcorn, soda, and candy are sold at prices far above their cost, but customers accept it as part of the movie experience. This scene delves into the economics of concessions, showing how they support the theater's bottom line and keep the doors open. How do people pay so much for popcorn at the movies? The answer lies in psychology. When you're at the cinema, you're in a different mindset. The excitement, the anticipation, and the tradition all make you more willing to spend. Theaters use this to their advantage, pricing snacks higher because they know customers are less price sensitive in this environment. This scene explores the psychological factors that influence popcorn pricing. Popcorn at the movies isn't just a snack, it's part of the experience. Theaters charge more because they're selling an experience, not just food. The smell, the taste, and the feeling of eating popcorn during a film all add value. This scene discusses how the experience premium justifies higher prices and why customers are willing to pay. When you're at the movies, your snack options are limited. Outside food is usually not allowed, and the theater controls what's available. This lack of alternatives means customers have little choice but to buy popcorn at the set price. This scene explains how limited options contribute to higher prices and why theaters enforce these rules. Popcorn's journey from farm to theater is simple, but there are costs along the way. The supply chain includes farmers, distributors, and the theater itself. Each step adds a small cost, but the final price is much higher. This scene looks at the supply chain and how it affects the price you pay for popcorn at the movies. Making popcorn at the movies involves more than just popping kernels. There's labor, equipment, maintenance, and overhead costs. Employees prepare and serve the popcorn, clean up, and keep the machines running. These costs are factored into the price. This scene explains how labor and overhead contribute to the final cost of movie popcorn. The packaging for movie popcorn is designed to be convenient and attractive. Buckets, bags, and boxes all add to the cost. Theaters invest in packaging that enhances the experience and keeps popcorn fresh. This scene discusses how packaging costs are included in the price and why they matter. Movie theaters use marketing and promotion to make popcorn irresistible. Posters, combo deals, and advertisements encourage customers to buy snacks. These marketing efforts cost money and are reflected in the price of popcorn. This scene explores how marketing drives sales and affects pricing. Theaters often use upselling strategies to boost popcorn sales. Offering larger sizes, combo deals, or premium toppings encourages customers to spend more. Upselling is a common tactic in the concession business. This scene explains how upsell strategies work and why they increase the price you pay. Customers perceive movie popcorn as more valuable than regular popcorn. The environment, the experience, and the tradition all add to its perceived value. Theaters capitalize on this perception to justify higher prices. This scene discusses how value perception influences pricing and why customers accept it. Popcorn is more than just a snack, it's an emotional part of the movie experience. The smell, the taste, and the memories all create a strong connection. Theaters use this emotional bond to justify higher prices. This scene explores the emotional connection and its impact on pricing. Sharing popcorn at the movies is a social activity. Friends, families, and couples often buy popcorn to share. The social aspect adds to its value and makes it a must-have. This scene discusses how the social experience influences popcorn pricing and why it's part of the tradition. Popcorn at the movies is convenient. It's easy to eat, doesn't require utensils, and fits perfectly with the movie experience. The convenience factor adds to its appeal and justifies higher prices. This scene explains how convenience influences pricing and why customers are willing to pay. Movie theaters have a monopoly on snacks during the film. Customers can't bring their own food, so they must buy what's available. This monopoly allows theaters to set higher prices. This scene explores the monopoly effect and how it impacts popcorn pricing. Theaters use price anchoring to make popcorn seem more affordable. By offering multiple sizes and combo deals, they anchor prices at higher levels. Customers often choose the middle option, thinking it's a good deal. This scene explains how price anchoring works and why it affects popcorn pricing. Movie theaters are often located in prime areas with high rent and overhead. These costs are passed on to customers through higher snack prices. This scene discusses how location affects the price of popcorn and why theaters charge more. Inflation affects the price of everything, including popcorn. As costs rise, theaters adjust their prices to maintain profits. This scene explains how inflation impacts popcorn pricing and why prices keep going up. Competition between theaters can influence popcorn pricing. Some theaters offer deals or lower prices to attract customers. However, most theaters keep prices high to maximize profits. This scene explores how competition affects pricing and why it's not always enough to lower costs. Movie studios take a large share of ticket sales, leaving theaters with less revenue. This forces theaters to rely on concessions like popcorn for profits. This scene explains the influence of studios on theater economics and how it affects popcorn pricing. Modern theaters use advanced technology for popcorn machines, payment systems, and marketing. These investments add to operating costs, which are reflected in snack prices. This scene discusses how technology affects the price of popcorn and why it's part of the equation. Health and safety regulations require theaters to meet certain standards for food preparation and service. Compliance adds to costs, which are passed on to customers. This scene explains how regulations impact popcorn pricing and why theaters must charge more. Popcorn sales fluctuate with the seasons. Blockbuster releases, holidays, and school breaks drive higher demand. Theaters adjust prices to capitalize on these peaks. This scene explores the seasonal effect on popcorn pricing and how theaters respond to changing demand. Some theaters offer loyalty programs that include popcorn discounts or free snacks. These programs encourage repeat visits and boost sales. However, the cost of these programs is factored into overall pricing. This scene discusses how loyalty programs affect popcorn prices and customer behavior. Online ticket sales and pre-ordering snacks change the way theaters operate. Convenience and efficiency drive more sales but also add costs. This scene explores how online sales impact popcorn pricing and the overall movie experience. Theaters use branding to make their popcorn stand out. Unique flavors, packaging, and marketing create a sense of exclusivity. Branding adds to the perceived value and justifies higher prices. This scene discusses how branding influences popcorn pricing and customer choices. Trends in food and entertainment influence popcorn pricing. Gourmet flavors, organic ingredients, and health-conscious options command higher prices. Theaters adapt to trends to attract customers and boost profits. This scene explores how trends affect popcorn pricing and the movie experience. Supply shortages can drive up the price of popcorn. Weather, crop failures, and distribution issues affect availability and cost. Theaters adjust prices to maintain profits during shortages. This scene discusses how supply shortages impact popcorn pricing and customer choices. Taxes on food and entertainment add to the cost of popcorn. Theaters must pay sales tax, business tax, and sometimes special fees. These costs are included in the price customers pay. This scene explains how taxes affect popcorn pricing and why they're part of the equation. Popcorn waste is a hidden cost for theaters. Unsold popcorn, spoiled ingredients, and packaging waste add to expenses. Theaters factor waste into pricing to cover losses. This scene discusses how waste impacts popcorn pricing and why it's considered in the business model. Sustainability initiatives like eco-friendly packaging and sourcing add to costs. Theaters invest in green practices to appeal to customers, but these costs are reflected in snack prices. This scene explores how sustainability impacts popcorn pricing and the movie experience. Customers expect popcorn at the movies to be special. Theaters meet these expectations with quality, freshness, and unique flavors. Meeting expectations adds to costs and justifies higher prices. This scene discusses how customer expectations influence popcorn pricing and the movie experience. Some theaters charge convenience fees for online orders or premium seating. These fees are often bundled with snack prices. This scene explains how convenience fees impact popcorn pricing and why customers pay more for added convenience. Group sales like birthday parties or corporate events often include popcorn packages. Theaters offer special pricing, but group sales boost overall profits. This scene discusses how group sales impact popcorn pricing and theater economics. Certain movie genres drive higher popcorn sales. Action, adventure, and family films encourage more snacking. Theaters adjust prices based on expected demand. This scene explores how movie genre impacts popcorn pricing and sales strategies. Longer movies mean more snacking. Theaters anticipate higher popcorn sales during extended films and may adjust prices accordingly. This scene discusses how movie length impacts popcorn pricing and sales. Family-friendly movies attract more popcorn sales. Theaters may offer deals or adjust prices for these films. This scene explores how movie ratings impact popcorn pricing and sales strategies. Special events like premieres or themed nights drive higher popcorn sales. Theaters may offer exclusive flavors or packaging for these occasions. This scene discusses how special events impact popcorn pricing and sales. Loyal customers are willing to pay more for popcorn at their favorite theater. Theaters reward loyalty with discounts or perks, but overall prices remain high. This scene explores how customer loyalty impacts popcorn pricing and sales. Trends in movies like superhero films or franchises drive higher popcorn sales. Theaters capitalize on these trends with special deals or themed snacks. This scene discusses how movie trends impact popcorn pricing and sales strategies. Movie popcorn costs so much because of a combination of tradition, business strategy, psychology, and economics. Theaters rely on snack sales to stay profitable, and customers accept the price as part of the experience. From supply chain to branding, every factor plays a role. Next time you buy popcorn at the movies, you'll know exactly why it's priced the way it is. The high cost is not just about the food, it's about the experience, the environment, and the memories you take home.